on the marquee lights. Good morning tonight. Good morning, Broadway is feeling bright. Good morning tonight. When the theaters shut their doors, we were so sad and blue. Now we're bringing back Broadway in our Tuesday night review. So good morning, we'll make you feel alright. Good morning, tonight for you. Good morning tonight. What a take.
Good morning.
Hello, Jackie Cox.
Hello, Michael Hall. What adorable matching mugs we have again.
Look at us. Nothing like those fake mugs we used in the promo, you guys.
Yeah, these are real ones.
The real deal. Before we go any further, we have very important news. Something very important to address before we can possibly begin this hard-hitting news show.
Okay, Michael.
That is Jackie Cox. Happy 10th Dragaversary.
This is 10 years as of today that I have been performing as Jackie Cox. 10 years ago on this very night, October 20th, is that what today is? I made my drag debut at New World Stages here in New York City. And that's when Jackie was born.
That was when Jackie was born. You know that you share a birthday with one Miss Kamala Harris.
Well, I asked her, I said, Kamala, can I start drag on your birthday? She was very busy being the Attorney General at the time, but she was like, yeah, girl, whatever, you know. Yeah. So thank you, Kamala, and for letting me share that day.
Yourself with.
Well, as we do here at Good Morning Tonight, and we've been doing for the last, almost 2 months now. We've been supporting Broadway for Biden. And look, I appreciate all of the love and support that all of you guys have been giving me today on my birthday. And one thing I'd love is if you we're inclined to maybe tip me, you can totally do that. Or you can also go to tinyurl.com/BYBiden. We're raising funds for the Biden Victory Fund, which we hope will go to great use as we get closer and closer to November 3rd, Michael.
2 weeks out, 2 weeks from today.
My cords are all like...
I know, this is look, it's a serious news program.
Yeah. Ooh.
And you're all tied up in the high tech.
It's very technical.
Jackie, happy birthday. For your birthday, I got you a pretty splendid episode of Good Morning Tonight. Can you even believe what is coming our way, you guys? We have an incredible show tonight. We are continuing our Oztoberfest. As you know, for all of October, as part of our shows, we've been welcoming some of the iconic women who have played the role of Elphaba in Wicked. And tonight is extra special. Tonight's extra special because we're joined by the current reigning Green Girl from Wicked's national tour. Talia Suskauer is with us.
Also, are we going to have a problem? Do you have a bone to pick? I hope not, because Broadway favorite Jessica Keenan Wynn is with us, and she stars in a new murder mystery musical, and we're going to hear all about it.
Killer party.
Plus, the Doo-Wop Project has been seen in theaters across the country and is known for their tight harmonies and signature sound. So tonight, we're joined by Russell Fischer, who's got the scoop on their upcoming concert that you can watch from your own couch.
Yeah. So anyway, Jackie, it's 7:05 p.m., which means that if everything were right in this world, now is the time that theater people would be heading to their theaters, would be getting ready to do the incredible job of entertaining a live audience, of doing their shows. And so good morning, good 7 o'clock.
Good 7 o'clock. And we know that Broadway is still dark, but we are here to bring a little bit of that Broadway magic back into your lives for as long as we can, as long as we need to. We're going to keep this Good Morning show going tonight for all of us nighttime people who don't wake up in time to actually watch real morning television.
Yeah. Jackie and I had to do some dramaturgy before we started this because I had never seen a morning show. I was always asleep. But anyway, good morning, happy birthday. What do you say we jump into today's hard-hitting segments?
Oh, yes. Guests? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Quite frankly put, our first guest today is a theater world icon. She debuted the role of Heather Chandler in Heather's the Musical, which quickly picked up a cult following. And you can hear her belting out the score on the original cast recording.
Yeah, she also starred in Broadway. There it is, in Broadway in Beautiful, the Carole King musical. And you can see her on the big screen in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, where she plays young Tanya to none other than Christine Baranski's, I don't want to say old Tanya, but adult Tanya?
The other Tanya. Her list of credits goes on, but we also must point out that she made her television debut at 6 months old on none other than The Golden Girls. Woo. Oh
I'm obsessed. You've got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and step into my candy store. Let's welcome Jessica Keenan Wynn.
Morning tonight.
Good morning tonight.
Jessica, welcome. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. I thought this was apropos of the special, the show, the longing, the yearning.
Yes.
Our lives. Where are you coming to us from, Jessica?
I am in sunny Los Angeles. I got stuck out here, and it's a nice place to get stuck out on. So.
I was telling Michael earlier, we were having lunch, and it's kind of an LA day here today. It was like sunny, low 70s, not very humid. I was like, what's happening? Probably global warming, which means we're all going to die because it's past October 15th, and it should be much colder than it is.
Honey, drink it in, because when that winter hits.
Oh, God. It's going to be so cold. It's going to be so cold. Jessica, oh my God, it's been so long since I've seen your face. For those who don't know, Jessica and I have known each other since we were I think teenagers.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, teenagers. And now we're 25. So at least 7 years.
I believe, Jackie, I came and stayed with Grace Wall in your apartment in New York when I think I was still at UCLA.
Yeah.
And I had a callback for Wicked for one of the standbys. And I believe that was it's all full circle right now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was the first time that we actually had like a proper kiki.
Yeah, that was such a fun trip. Grace Wall, I love you. I hope she's watching. If not, we'll send her this link after.
And then Jackie performed Candy Store at New World Stages, and it's still by far, bar none, my favorite performance of the song.
It is still on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, which I have a feeling everyone that's at this show right now has already seen it, but if you haven't, Jackie Cox, Chelsea Pierce, Suddenly Seymour, and
Nomi Sass.
And it's pretty iconic. But yeah, how incredible. We're all prepared to talk to you about your illustrious career, all of your incredible credits. I want to hear about Meryl Streep, but we're going to get there because my mind was blown today. I didn't realize you started it all with an episode of The Golden Girls.
It's truly been the highlight of my resume. Any audition room, it's a great icebreaker. And obviously there are legit hardcore Golden Girls fans that are ongoing. Like it'll precede any generation. I was 6 months old and I was in season 2, episode 16. It's called And Then There Was One. I've got 3 little clips of screen time and I still get residuals. And I'm only 18. So
I did prepare us a little visual aid. There you are.
Gosh.
I know a lot of gay men that would absolutely die for this opportunity. I was starstruck by you all over again when I found out about this Golden Girls credit. My mind is blown.
I'm so happy. And it's actually been the one show at the beginning of the pandemic that I was like, I need just something warm and fuzzy. And so I just watched a whole marathon of the Golden Girls for a month and a half.
That's smart, honestly. I mean, I watched, the paint dry outside. I don't know what I was doing. I was very.
Okay, that's time.
It was such a weird first few months, but I'm so glad that I think people are starting to pick up and do things with their lives. So here we are. Trying to do things. And speaking of doing things, we have to talk about it because it's become such a cult hit. And I don't know if I told this to you when it was running, but I think the biggest mistake that any producers have ever made was not releasing the Heathers cast album the day the show started previews or premiered, because that cast album is so strong. And that album, the power of that album and Your Voice Among It alone has created this entire cult following around this musical that if it had dropped like right away, I could have seen a Broadway transfer. I could have seen this musical really, really going. It's everywhere because it kind of has without having made it to Broadway, but it had such an amazing run off Broadway, and you were so incredible in the show. So we have to talk about Heathers. What are some of your memories of that time, that moment, that the fans were so, I saw them lining up outside, wearing all the outfits, like it became like a party. It was so fun.
It, like you said, it really became a cult classic, I could even say now, since we closed in 2014. And you're right, the album came out, I believe it was like June or July. I might get these dates wrong. And we closed like a month later. And as people started listening to the soundtrack and word of mouth got around, then we were just packed and we were all kind of scrambling like, why? If only we had released it sooner, or if we hadn't announced our closing, maybe it would have lasted longer. But there is a beauty in only having the show run for like 6 months. And like, if you were there, it was magical. And if you weren't there, I know there's some bootlegs available, but it keeps the Heathers love alive. And
it just became such a special thing. Did you, when you guys were doing it, were you aware of like the kind of like the cult following that it was picking up? Did you look around at any point and be like, wow, this is going to be something that like outlives this production, like they can't keep us down, like this is going to like be a thing that people talk about for years and years and years? Did you understand the gravity of that at the time?
No, I think the creatives did, and they were really great at keeping us, keeping us grounded and not kind of completely in the back of our head, not in the back of our heads, but completely off to the side. And I had moved to New York in January. I decided to leave 77 degrees in LA and move. It was the worst year for blizzards in the winter of 2014. And I was like, an unemployment check and like a dream. I was like, frickin' Millie. And I booked Heathers within 3 weeks.
Oh.
Like, it's one of those crazy princess New York stories that doesn't normally happen. And I was just so grateful for a job. And I auditioned for every single role. I thought I was going to be a standby or a swing. So it was my New York debut. And Heather Chandler just magically fell into my lap. And that truly is what has, like, I think, been the thing that has kind of propelled me into my career, like as an adult.
Yeah. And like your voice is one of the most played TikTok sounds of the last year.
What is happening?
Who knew? Us 25-year-olds on TikTok. How crazy.
I can't. And then like, do you know how wonderful it is to see, I'm sure you do, to see your friends shine and to have the world be able to see how gorgeous your friends are. Like when you got on Drag Race, I was literally like, if there's anyone that I know that doesn't deserve this more than Jackie, I don't know. And look at where, hello, you rode all the way there, baby. I was cheering you on every second of the way. You were the highlight of the season for me.
I love you. Thank you. Well, we didn't win, but that's okay. We did our best.
I have made a career of being the second choice. All right. And I am fine with that. And it's true. I've always been second choice. And look at me now. I'm stuck in LA without a boyfriend, drinking adult water.
I will say you were technically the second choice for Tanya for Mamma Mia, but only because Baranski played Tanya first.
Well, and actually, Michael, I'll help you out here. Earlier, we called them the Legacy Cast, so it wasn't the old cast.
The Legacy Cast.
The Legacy Cast. So that's good for you. I was the second choice for that.
Were you really?
So good. You were.
I don't know the girl who they initially cast, but she was an English actress, and I think something conflicted, and she couldn't do it any longer. And they were like, "Well, where are we going to find a young Christine?" They're like, "Well, she's got to be a Broadway girl, so let's go to New York."
Yeah.
So they came to New York, and in I came, sweaty and humid from a June summer day, and they said, "Hey, lady, you're it."
Did they wig you right then and there, like to like put on the
just do one of these and like try to visualize
what does she look like with bangs?
I mean, talk about inspired casting. Like, you were so incredible in that role, and your ability to not only show up as yourself and be an actress and play a role, but also be responsible for playing along with someone else who is also an actress making choices, playing a role.
Right.
were you very familiar with Baranski's work? Had you like, what was the process like of like showing up to that show and having to work so closely with someone else like that?
I had this deep feeling like when that audition came through, and I never feel this way. It's few and far between, I should say, because I felt this way about Cynthia Weil and Beautiful, where I was like, this is me. Like, I can do this. I was raised by like these women that come from, I come from this Hollywood family. So like I was raised with like these Hollywood broads, and like as I'm getting older too, like I'm growing more into that essence, which is kind of awesome.
I love that.
And Christine, like, I mean, for example, the Birdcage was something I've seen over and over again. And she has a supporting role in it. And just the way that she crosses her legs, like I studied before even this audition, she's so choreographed and she takes her time with everything and she makes me so happy.
Now, are the rumors true? Are we getting a third Mamma Mia? Is this happening? Do we know? Have you been sworn to secrecy? All right. Well, I will keep that in mind.
Listen, if there is a third one, I hope to God I can have a cameo in it. I know that Judy Kramer, the creator who crafted the entire Mamma Mia franchise, has always thought of it as a trilogy.
Oh, so, interesting.
But it depends when they get it done. I mean, she's not getting any younger, so.
Well, but don't we want to see them in the 80s?
Well, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, maybe the new cast will become the new legacy. I don't know. There's something to be done here. I'm all about it. Write that down. Make it happen. Shout out to JD in the comments who's sound designing for us and let me know that my microphone wasn't loud enough. If I sound better, let me know. Okay, wait. So obviously, Mamma Mia is a huge phenomenon. You worked with Cher and Meryl Streep and Baranski.
To name a few.
How insane. Heather's beautiful. You have all these credits. I do want to talk about something more recent, though, which is a murder mystery during a global pandemic Zoom musical that you star in. You are the narrator, the kind of weaving line of this whole thing. It's called A Killer Party. I have watched it and I had a great time.
Bless you.
Oh my gosh, I had the best time. We have a slide for this one as well.
Oh,
here it is.
Talk
about a cast.
I know.
Talk about a cast. Just wild, but it is. You guys made this whole thing happen during a pandemic.
We did. Jason Howland, who was the orchestrator and music director of Beautiful. I mean, he wrote Astonishing and Little Women. He wrote Little Women. Like, he's unbelievable. He had this idea. He's like, all of my friends are out of work right now. So what can we do to try to A, like bring theater to the people, and B, like generate profits for us in some ways so we can kind of survive. Yeah. So we ended up we created this musical and it's all profit shared. So whatever money, and I think 50 people were involved, whatever money we make, it gets distributed to everybody, which is remarkable that he created something where we could actually have some sort of income from it. And we did it. I did mine all by myself. Some people had their significant others to help, but it was wonderful to have an outlet for creativity during a time that felt so stagnant and dark. And even though it was a murder mystery, I had the best time just Zooming with people and like Zooming with my friends and coming up with different angles and different lighting, techniques.
Well, that was going to be my next question. So guys, if you haven't seen this, highly recommended. Not only is it a great time, but it's also just so incredible to watch the way that you guys pulled it off. So Jessica plays the detective, and she kind of is bouncing between different rooms and talking to different members of this cast, of course, none of whom are in the same, possibly even the same city as you. And it's all cut together so that you're handing off props and you're kind of working your way through this thing. How did you kind of FaceTime with your friends in advance and say, okay, how do we want to do this? I'm going to stand on a desk and you're going to stand over there. How did you pull it off?
So Mark Bruni, who directed Beautiful, he facilitated the Zoom calls initially before we actually shot things. And we had notes of like, okay, if you try to pass the folder through here, you can take it. But for the most part, the amazing editors, they had quite the job to go through. I mean, I would send in, I'm not kidding, I think I'd send in per scene, like 35 clips. And I was mostly just talking to them. I'd say a line, I'd be like, I think it was, God, okay. Just like, and be talking to the editors, and they had to go through all of that footage and find things that just were the right puzzle piece for the big picture. And it was a lot of just keeping fingers crossed and hoping that they could make the angles work. I think once we got towards the end of shooting, we had a better understanding of how exactly to go about this. But I mean, for me, I was shooting in the dark. I was like, this hat was DP. This hat was the gaffer. This hat was the actress.
Yeah.
I had no hair and makeup except for myself. And I was sweating under the light. So I have all these little baby hairs that make special appearances.
You didn't have Bobby there. Bobby, so Jessica and I share a wig designer, Bobby Pins, who did a lot of the hair on Beautiful, also has done a lot of my hair. I'm not wearing Bobby today, but you guys have seen some of my Bobby hair on this show, and you can also see all of the beautiful hair that Bobby did for Jessica on her photos from Beautiful, which are gorgeous.
And isn't everyone loving Jackie's like side whoosh? I'm trying to like.
It's being held with a couple pins so that it's like a party. It's a party on the right and serious on the left. That's how we do it. Jessica, I adore you so much. Would you promise you'll come back at some point? If and when there is any news to maybe report about anything, honestly, anything.
And I promise you this. A movie I was in was supposed to come out Thanksgiving this year, and it got pushed to next year. So when that hopefully comes out, I will definitely come back, and maybe we can do a little, a little number or something.
Don't tease the kids with a good time, because they're gonna tweet you about this from now until it happens.
No sound the work.
I don't know which Heather's which on this
well,
show,
I have
but
to say, if I may, before you go.
Yes,
of course.
I am a Real Housewife fanatic. I watch every single season. So there might be something there if the internet, like angels, can give us some ideas.
All right, think tank, make it happen. Start to ruminate on that, and you can tweet. By the way, you can tweet and you can Instagram. Jessica's handle is sliding across the bottom of the screen. If you don't already follow her, it's about to come. Here it comes. Here it comes. And nope, that's Jackie. That's me. And
special guest.
Yes. Follow Jessica Keenan Wynn. Give her a follow. Jessica, thank you for joining us today. It has been just so great to see you.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. You guys, you are keeping the joy alive right now. So thank you for having me on, and God bless you both.
We adore you, Jessica. Good morning tonight.
Good morning.
Cheers. Mwah.
Oh, amazing. You guys, again, if you don't follow Jessica, there goes her handle. Give her a follow. Talk about a star. Talk about someone with a career.
Talk about a star. Wait, Michael, now we have to see. Let's see if we're as good as the folks from A Killer Party Musical. Why don't you try passing me your mug and see if I can get it? Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Have a sip
Jackie,
of it.
This is delicious. You should try it.
I should? Look, there it is.
Guys, sold. We nailed this. I think we're ready. You guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We're so glad you're here. As a reminder, we are raising money for Broadway for Biden tonight. If you're having a good time and have a few dollars that you're dying to throw our way, don't tip us. Do tip Broadway for Biden. We did set up a little tiny URL for you. It is tinyurl.com/BWayBiden. And you can throw them a few dollars. We're 2 weeks out from a very important election, and we think it would be hard to find a better cause right about now.
And while you're here, also hit subscribe. Watch this every week. And watch all the other amazing shows, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But for now, we have today's special report.
Ooh, very official.
Very official. Now, you may know Russell Fischer from Broadway's Jersey Boys, or as one of New York's favorite concert and cabaret vocalists.
Yes, now he tours with the Doo-Wop Project, a vocal group that features some of Broadway's favorite voices, bringing that classic sound of five guys singing tight harmonies on a street corner to theaters across the country.
As opposed to that classic sound of me wasted at a Five Guys at midnight after drinking too much.
Their French fries are so good.
So good. They can doo-wopify anything from the Four Seasons to Maroon 5, and you can see it firsthand in their upcoming live stream concert.
Yes. Here to tell us all about it with today's special report, let's welcome to the show, Russell Fischer. I think we might be having a technical difficulty.
Oh my goodness, Russell.
My.
Russell.
Can you hear me?
We can
Hello?
hear you. We can't
But
see
you can't see me. Why is that?
I'm not sure. This is a very fancy television thing, and we have a lot of producers working on it right now.
We have the team. The team is out in the field right now checking on your camera. Russell, I have an idea. Why don't you actually leave the studio entirely and come back in? Michael and I will just banter until then.
We have an exclusive clip of the Doo-Wop project. So I'm going to
perfect,
show the clip.
perfect.
Russell, why don't you log out, log back in, and we will see you in just a minute. Awesome. All right. Well, lucky for us, they did send us over a little clip. So I think we're just going to do that. Let me find it for us. Here it is. Let's take an exclusive look at the Doo-Wop project.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black diamond affair. Well, I'm not big on social graces, they gon' slip on down to the old places, 'cause I've got friends in low places. But I guess I was wrong, just don't belong. Get out of bed, Lord. Everything's alright, should say goodnight and I'll show myself to the door. Now I didn't need the jaws of the sea, just give me an hour a day. It's nice that ivory tower, you're the well, I got friends, no places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases the blues away. Well, we got friends, well, I'm not big on some social graces, they can slip on down to the old places, 'cause I got friends in low places.
Russell!
Good morning tonight.
You're with us. Good morning tonight. Cheers. You're back. You're
I've got a
alive.
two-hander over here.
I'm so glad. I'm
Work.
so glad our tech team and the producers rushed and brought you a whole new camera and lighting setup to your apartment.
a whole new me.
Thank you so much to John and Steve and everyone who's working backstage. We
The
really
whole control
appreciate
room,
you
the
guys. Yes,
switchers,
thank
the
you.
script writers.
You're all
yeah,
amazing.
They're great. Russell, welcome to the show. It's so nice to see
Thank
you.
you so much for having me. It's
Oh
a
my
thrill
God,
to
our
be here.
pleasure. And thank you for singing. I know you weren't singing just now, but thanks for that clip. You
Isn't that
boys
fun?
are just so fun to listen to. You know, I love a tight harmony. And we're just so glad you're here. Where are you coming to us from tonight?
You know, I've been in New York since the shutdown, so it's just been a lot of phases. There was a candle making, lotion making phase using essential oils.
Oh,
There was a sing-along Sundays phase, which tens of people watched.
Great.
There was a PSA phase with topical issues. Did anyone do the Voisey?
I did a Voisey phase.
Voisey
I
challenge.
loved a Voisey phase.
Did you have a
Broadway
baking
remix
phase, Russell?
Yeah, I'm more of a cook than a baker, so.
Well, that's
but
okay. I was about to
dabble.
say you were about to be the one-man butcher, baker, and candlestick maker of quarantine.
I dabbled. Well, I actually made some spiked cider for this evening. Very autumnal.
Oh my God. Well,
Delicious.
I made a cup of bourbon. So cheers.
Cheers.
It's close enough.
I have a cup of Red Bull because I have a long night ahead of me for my birthday.
Hey,
Woo!
Well, Russell, I've been a long time fan of yours. You and I have known each other for a while.
Wow.
You are a favorite of here in New York City. Your voice always draws a crowd. People love listening to you sing, and so I'm so excited to talk about the Doo-Wop project tonight. You guys have, well, first of all, you have 2 albums out. So, like, first of all, if you want to listen to the Doo-Wop project, go listen to their albums. But
Wait, where do you make the most money? If people buy them off iTunes, tell us the truth.
So our we actually have been selling them on the road, like CDs, and up until
wow.
pre-COVID
how very
times.
vintage.
I know. We would do signings, so we would do meet and greets, and we would hand them off to our fans. But as of late, no, all of our music is available on all the music streaming services,
Great.
Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you can find music, we're there.
And
That's
most importantly,
incredible.
though, what you can't get on Apple Music or Spotify or anything like that is a brand new Doo-Wop Project concert that correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are actually going to do this live.
Live.
Holy moly.
It's crazy.
So tell us about that. What can we expect?
Sure. So we've been rehearsing outdoors, socially distanced. So
Amazing.
we've had several rain dates, but we've been rehearsing at one of our bandmates in his backyard, which has been really cool and really fun. We have all been tested for COVID. We're all masked and socially distanced. Our camera crew, there's going to be 3 cameras there. We're filming at New World Stages, which I believe is now Schubert Studios. I don't know. You didn't
It's
hear
also
that from me?
the birthplace of Jackie Cox.
of Jackie Cox. Yeah, so we're going to be there.
I had to bless it for you so that it would
Yes,
be. Now you
please.
know it's going to be. It's also the birthplace of Heather's the musical. So look, it's
a full circle moment.
It's where this whole evening is happening.
That's right. It's all
This is pretty
connected. Yeah.
So the show is on Sunday, October 25th. Tell us what we can expect.
We're going to bring all of the energy from our live show into your living room. It's going to be super exciting. There's going to be interactive elements. So we're going to have the audience dance along. Our producer on this, Ken Davenport, has issued a money back guarantee of dancing.
Great.
That's a tall order, but we've been known to bring the party. So I wouldn't put it past us. And the audience is also going to get to select a song that we sing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I was just going to say, if I felt the audience was lucky enough to have 5 men in their living room.
And there's going to be a chat room specifically designed for them so that they can watch each other interact and they can interact with us.
Yeah.
And chat with us while we're singing for them. It's going to be really, really
It is
special.
going to be. It sounds like if you can't attend a live concert just yet, it sounds like just about the next best thing. You guys really
Yeah.
thought of it all.
Yeah, and we're offering 3 tiers too of VIP-ness for our guests. So
Tell us the
25
lowest tier and then build me up.
I will. $25 is the general admission, and then $50
steal.
gets you a Doo-Wop Project logo mask and a signed photo from us, and then $79 gets you a meet and greet, a Zoom meet and greet after the show with us.
Wow.
And the mask and the poster.
And the
And the
mask
poster.
and the poster.
Yeah, it's gonna be
well,
fun.
I think if you can afford it, see it in any way that you can.
Yes, please.
And even if you can't, support them by streaming their music on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you stream their music, and visit their website right below, thedoopproject.com.
Yeah, that's where you can get your tickets, I believe, and that's also where you can look up. They have some great photos, some great videos. That's where you can find out all things Doo-Wop Project. And once again, here comes the ticker across the bottom of the screen. You guys, you can follow both Russell and the Doo-Wop Project on your socials, and then you can see what they're doing. How about that? I don't know what that voice was. I am not. It's
love it.
unclear. It's unclear what's going on. It's a Tuesday night. We've been in quarantine for 7 months. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I hear
It's
you.
incredible. Russell, we adore you. Good morning tonight. And please
lovely to meet
come
you.
back as soon as there's an update. And we can't wait to hear this concert.
I'd love to.
And I can't wait to have 5 men in my living room again.
It's going to be great. Thank you so much for
Thanks,
having me.
Russell.
Love you.
Mwah.
Amazing. I am so excited. I love like barbershop quartet-y, kind of Four Seasons-y, tight harmony music. I'm very excited.
I love the Four Seasons too, the hotel especially.
yes, of
love
course.
staying there. One of the nicest hotels. Try the lobster. Delicious. Is that what we're talking about? Oh.
Jackie, we've been here an awful long time. It's going great. We're just slowly losing our minds.
And if you're having fun with us, hit subscribe. You can do that very easily, and then you can catch tonight's show and as well as every show because you'll know when it's happening.
Good pitch there, Jackie. Well, listen, this episode, I would say, is going quite well already. I'm very excited.
It is.
And I think it's just going to get even better because, as you know, I love Wicked. An
You
awful
do.
lot.
You
An
do.
Awful lot.
Oh, you didn't ask Russell if he had a Wicked connection. We know that Jessica was in callbacks when we first met. I'm going to say that Russell was in callbacks for Fierro. I'm just going to make that up, and if he wasn't, he'll correct me later.
Yeah,
but I'm
I'm
going to say that he was in that too. So
I'm sure. He's like a Firo or a Bach waiting to happen. Like it's gonna
like a both.
a both. He's gonna split. He's gonna do 5 shows and then 3 shows.
A Vaquero.
A Bacaro. The wheels are off the bus and we've lost track of the episode. What I think we should just, speaking of Wicked, speaking of being very excited, you guys, we are joined by a very special guest to continue our Oztoberfest series tonight. Our guest today made her Broadway debut in the viral hit I guess I shouldn't really say that in the age of COVID anymore. In the mega hit Be More Chill, and quickly captured the attention of theater lovers everywhere.
Her vocals truly defy gravity. Eh?
Eh?
And so it was no surprise when she made her way over to the national tour to headline Wicked as Elphaba.
Yes. She was on tour when all national tours were unfortunately forced to pause due to the COVID pandemic, but you can catch her again as soon as it is safe for them to reopen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the current high-flying green gal herself, let's welcome Talia Suskauer! Yay!
Yay!
Oh my God, your mug. Good morning tonight. Wait,
Good
does it
morning
say
tonight, you guys. Hi. Ooh, headphones. We're good.
You're good. You're good.
pink goes good with green? We love that.
And then just in case you forgot,
That you're
Just in
Elphaba.
case, Elphaba.
there was no cast discount. I ordered this straight from the Wicked website during quarantine just to remind myself, you know. But
Oh
we're
my
here.
God.
Just in case you lose sight while in a lockdown, you
Truly.
are Elphaba. You are you're living the dream, and we are gonna get back on that broom real soon. We are all rooting for it. Hi, welcome to the show. Where are you coming to us from tonight?
Yeah, so I am coming from my childhood bedroom in South Florida, where I'm from.
A childhood, not to be really creepy, but a childhood bedroom which recently got a makeover.
Correct.
I know that because
where
I follow you on Instagram, which
yes,
is scrolling
please,
across
you
the
can
bottom
see
of
it.
the screen.
Where this picture is now hanging, which I truly stole from my living room.
Amazing.
There was like a weird wall of like miniatures that I collected when I was like 12 from little antique stores. It was very
Yeah.
creepy. That's now gone because it was affecting the mental health situation. So,
But did you paper over all the One Direction posters, or are they still back there somewhere?
you know, I was not a big boy band fan. Weirdly, I
Wow.
was just like a crazy Broadway fan.
You heard it
And
here
yeah,
first. You know, I come with the hard-hitting questions, and the kids find out the truth here that you've been a Broadway fan. What were some of your like favorite Broadway musicals growing up?
Well, Wicked, huge for me. What else did I love? I love my first Broadway show. I actually don't remember, but it was on a trip where I saw Fiddler on the Roof, Beauty and the Beast, with
my favorite.
even Stevens, Christy Carlson Romano.
Oh yes, Christy Carlson Romano starring
Fierce.
as Belle.
Yeah, actually, really fierce. And then who else? What else did I see? Lion King, and I've seen The Lion King like 3 times, but that was the first time on that little childhood trip. But it was great.
That's amazing. I obviously you and I know each other, and I'm a huge Talia fan. But I think one of the coolest things when I get to talk to you about Wicked is the fact that you are a Wicked fan. Like the
Huge.
fact that you loved this show so much, and then also became like a very established actress, and also like are wickedly talented. I didn't even do that on purpose.
Wickedly talented.
Wickedly talented.
Giddly talented,
And then found your way into the role. It is literally like it's that Broadway story that everybody wants to hear.
Crazy.
It's so crazy. Do you ever look around and just be like, holy crap, this is what I said I wanted to do, and now I'm doing it?
Truly every single day. So I'm happy that you asked that. And what's even crazier is that, you know, this show has been running for 17 years, right? I think it's
Wow.
about 17. And so I look around on stage when there's one moment where I literally have my back to the audience. It's in the Ozda scene, and I look around and I'm looking at all these people on stage, and I'm like, everyone on this stage loves Wicked and grew up
Yeah.
with Wicked and was dreaming of being on Broadway and on national tours, whatever. And it's just so cool that we're all here and
Yeah.
we're all in the same space. It's amazing. And there's not a day goes by where I'm not like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's such a magical show, and it's got such a message that just continues to prove more and more and more true, and more and more and more poignant. So I love Wicked. I don't know what else to say.
I know. We love
We'll come back to Wicked, but I do want to talk about kind of your
Michael, I'm
trajectory
nervous
thus far.
that you're going to extend this Oktoberfest into the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's going to become Novemberfest and then Decemberfest.
yeah, it
all
should
we're
be.
doing, all we're doing is talking to Elphabas for the rest of this show, Jackie. This is
Oh my
There are
goodness.
enough of us to go around, truly.
Well,
So-
you're our third. We've had Jackie Burns. We had
Yes.
Eden Espinosa. Tonight we're with you. Guys, come back next week. We are, I guess I'm just going to announce it now. It's a hot take. As previously announced, Julia Murney will be joining us. And, surprise, she's not the only Elphaba coming in next week. We're also going to be catching up with Christine Dwyer, another one of my favorite
I love her
Elphabas.
so much.
Oh my God, me too. An
I love
Elphaba,
her.
a Jenna. She's like crazy talent. It's going to be wild.
And also, let me tell you, the nicest person. Like, I mean, you know, obviously, isn't she just lovely?
So lovely.
Lovely, and she can throw down at a bar like nobody else's business. So
Yeah.
she's a cool person.
So cool.
Cool person.
Also, when I saw like the list of the other Elphabas that were coming, I was like, what? Like, these are all women that I like bootlegged when I was younger, and I was like at 3 a.m, like on my.
You
like,
are, and now
iPod.
you are one of them. I love that. And
We're here.
speaking of, like, you would also be a great Jenna. So that's something we got to get on your. You got to get on your
Jackie
list.
Cox Casting Associates. Let's
You
make
know.
Do
it happen.
it. You know, if you will it, Jackie.
I am wearing my like casting associate like hair today. Let's like. So what you come in to read for? I wear that, right? I don't know why she talks like this, but that's a hey.
Like this. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
clearly
decided she
I got
is.
very excited when we were getting ready to introduce you, so I missed a whole button that I was supposed to push over here. So I'm just going to let some pictures of you play while we catch up. This is just
Oh,
your
I
catch
love
up, but
this.
we're
Aw.
getting to some fierce. This is Be More Show, your Broadway debut.
Love that show.
Yes. Great dress. Let's talk about this.
Hey,
Why do you look so good
Wow.
green?
You look incredible green.
that's so nice. Thank you.
It's-
I was really
were
afraid
you-
I was gonna look like Shrek, but you know, that's okay.
I was gonna say, were you nervous? Like when they sat you down in the chair the first time, you're like, God, I hope it doesn't look like a monster.
You know
And
what?
then you came out looking like contoured and gorgeous and like ready to slay and belt.
You know, I truly don't think I've seen a woman who's looked terrible in green. So I was like, okay, this is, you know, our makeup artist is fierce. But I sat down in the chair, and if you've ever watched one of the greening videos like I have, it starts off and they kind of just do a base layer on you. And I'm not kidding. I had a panic attack after the first base layer went on because I looked like a lizard. I really looked lizardly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this can't be. And she was like, just wait, like you're gonna be fine. Like, let's calm down. And she put the contour and everything. I was like, okay, we're good. We can breathe. But like full lizard, full iguana.
Well, and this is a huge bone of contention with me and the production team at Wicked. But I cannot believe how little makeup they let you wear in Act 1. No lashes. What is that?
My makeup artist throws the lashes on me. She
Don't tell Steven Schwartz.
don't tell
He's
Steve.
watching this right
He
now.
does. He does famously watch this show every week. So
Oh, I mean, amazing. Famously, always.
Famously watches the show.
Famously. But yeah, no, she throws the lashes on me, and which I think is just because it saves her work later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know, right? I couldn't. No, we need lashes.
I feel naked without a lash on. My God.
Naked.
Naked. Well, thank God. This, bless her. Who is this makeup artist? We
Her
need to.
name is Joyce McGilbury. She's been working on Wicked for 13 years, started in the Chicago company, and she is just fierce and amazing, and we love her. And I miss
Joyce,
her.
God bless you. Thank
Weirdly-
you for helping.
weirdly, I am
All of
aware.
us.
I am aware of this makeup artist. You are not the first Elphaba to mention her by name to us. She's doing the good work. So shout
She's
out.
doing the good work.
Shout out to her, and thank you for bringing us the magic of theater, Joyce.
Yeah, thank you, Joyce. How long does she take on your face?
It is not as long as you'd think. It's like, I mean, if I'm good, which I usually always am, and I'm not like on my phone or eating or doing things that would make her job harder, it's really like 10 minutes for makeup, 10 to 15 minutes. And then hair comes in, they take 5 minutes, pin curling, and then putting my wig on. And it should take all in all half an hour completely, like top to tail. But
That's wild.
That is wild, which is exactly how long it takes me to put on the blush and mascara I'm wearing for you. I'm not wearing that today. You know,
Yep,
it's,
I've never waited a half an
it's-
hour for Jackie to
it's-
finish putting her lashes
exactly.
on. I don't know what you're talking about.
it's well, you know, this is a serious daytime talk
important.
show. I don't want people to think that I'm, you know, some kind of glamour girl, some kind of, you know, Fox News robot lady. You know, I'm just
No.
just very accessible.
you are not a Kimberly Guilfoyle, don't worry.
Exactly. Oh God.
So you're doing Wicked now on the road, which is obviously one of I'm just gonna say one of the most beloved musicals out there. Incredible following, and it's just been gathering fans for 17 years. is so cool. But let's also talk about the last show you did here on Broadway, which also has an unbelievable fan following, was Be More Chill. So far your track record is pretty great for like beloved Broadway shows.
Yeah.
What was the Be More Chill experience for you? How was booking it? How was getting to do, you did both the off-Broadway run and then were informed that you would reprise your role moving to Broadway, thus making a Broadway debut. What was that journey like for you?
Truly insane. First of all, to be a part of a musical that was like pretty new,
Yeah.
and hitting New York for the first time. But it's crazy to be a part of something original and to not only be a part of it, but be a cover. So it was my first time ever swinging or covering, and I was very excited and, bright-eyed, and it was just an incredible experience and difficult and challenging and humbling. But man, do people love this show so much, and I grew to love it as well. I think I loved it from the first time I heard the original album. That's what made, hundreds of thousands of people have listened to that and fallen in love with that. So, I mean, from beginning to end, I did not expect to be making my Broadway debut at all. I got the job straight out of school to be a cover. And then, there's a whole video, I don't know if you've seen it, of when they announced that we were going to Broadway, and they gathered us for notes. And I was like, okay, why are the producers at notes? I don't know how things work. I guess notes are very important. So that's why we have everyone that's ever touched this musical here. And then they got us all in a circle on stage, and they were like, so we're going to be transferring to the Lyceum. And I was like, wearing sweatpants and a hat. And I was like, wait, what's going on? I was like, so just crazy, right?
What a dream.
A dream, absolute dream.
Well, and it's funny because we were talking earlier with Jessica Keenan Wynn about how I think the biggest misstep that producers made with Heathers was not getting that album out there and getting the kids to listen. And I feel like Be More Chill is one of the musicals that kind of learned that lesson. And I feel like that's one of the things that propelled you guys in that production to Broadway, was that people just loved and fell in love with that music and wanted
100%.
to see it and hear it again and again and again. So, this is just Jackie Cox Productions over here letting any future Broadway producers know, get the album out as soon as you can.
Yes,
well,
it
kind of points to the unbelievable role that an audience has in making theater, which is that this music came out, and Joe Iconis, everybody knows, but this album came out and people fell in love with it, and people streamed it and streamed it and streamed it and begged and asked until first off-Broadway, but then Broadway had no choice but to turn around and be like, well, this is what the people want. Let's do it. And so when they announced that off-Broadway run, I think your tickets sold out in 7 minutes or something.
Sold
insane.
out. We announced an extension. We sold out the extension, and then we were like, what's next? But truly, I can tell you that I not even once was like, are we going to Broadway? Who thinks that,
Which is so unique because every off-Broadway show I have ever been in or seen, they're always like, we're going to Broadway. We're going to Broadway, you guys. We're going to Broadway. So it's great that you guys didn't think it. So then this way it could be so exciting.
I don't know what everyone else was thinking, but me over here, I was like, I'm just happy to have some work. You know what I mean? This is great. And being a part of this is just so electric and exciting. But when they announced the Broadway run, I was like, okay.
Michael, I'm going to counter you and say I'm not sure if the cast of the Gazillion Bubbles show, long running at New World Stages, has thought that they would be transferring to
Jackie,
Broadway.
Everyone's got a dream and they're holding on to it. I'm telling you, somebody in Gazillion Bubbles for sure thinks they're making a Broadway transfer.
It's coming. It's coming. Gazillion Bubbles show live at the Luntfontein.
Oh, not the Luntfontein.
Well, that's I feel like they put all the family-friendly musicals there. Addams
Live
Family
at the
was
Court.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, live at the court, live at Town Hall. Hey, you never know. I'm not here to crush anyone's dream. I'm saying I'm not sure if they had that dream, but maybe now that we've given them the freedom to, maybe the production team of the Gazillion Bubbles show will take our advice and run with it.
Yes, of course. The serious advice we just gave.
Very serious here at Good Morning Tonight. It's a very serious morning news program.
Yeah. Well, Talia, we cannot wait for you to get back to the road. We are all rooting for this world to find its way back to a safe and responsible way to bring theater back to people. I know we're all missing it, and I can't imagine the people all across America who are dying to see you fly. In the meantime, though, how has your quarantine been? What have you been up to? How are you doing? You look
Yeah,
great for
I mean-
someone in a lockdown.
We're hanging in. Definitely better now than I was 7 months ago. I mean, it's hard when you're in your tour routine or Broadway or whatever, and it's like you have a lifestyle, and that just gets taken away from you, and
Yeah.
just you're literally flying high, and then you're like in your childhood bedroom, and so it was hard at first, really, really hard. And again, went through phases, right? So like we had a puzzles phase and a movie of the night phase, and like
Ooh.
that got very old very quickly.
Yeah.
And then I started just like cooking things, but cooking things that took a long time to make, so I could just like stand over the pot and stir it for 3 hours and just kind of like say, okay, like this is my thing for the day.
Yeah.
I made a sauce, you know. But other than that, I mean, we're here now, right? We made it. I think
made it.
hopefully through the first half of this, I want to say like maybe like we're halfway there.
We're hoping. They're looking at the current news is hopefully June for Broadway. That's what we're really holding on to. So we'll see. But yeah.
I mean,
And we're gonna keep running this show until then.
and I'm gonna keep watching, and it's gonna be great. But we're hanging in, and we are doing the best we can.
Talia, by then we'll have you back 4 or 5 times. We're gonna make you sing and do everything for us. Jessica Keenan Wynn has already offered a performance. I'm holding
I
you
will
to
offer-
it.
We'll do tap dancing. We'll do singing. We'll do
I'm-
poetry, slam poetry. It's gonna be great.
I'm just gonna say, did you know Jessica before tonight?
No, but I was
When
a
we
fan.
announced
I am a
when
fan.
we announced this lineup for today, I was like, how did it take someone until October 20th, 2020 to put Talia Suskauer and Jessica Keenan Wynn on the same screen? So I'm just gonna secret this into the world. I think there's something there. I think there's
Ooh, a
something here. I
collab.
think there's something here. Tonight's been a magical episode full of
I'm
people
in.
that just needed to see each other. So let's make that happen as well.
Please, thank you.
I'm super into it. Talia, you know I adore you. Thank you for coming on this show. Thank you for spreading the word, and we can't wait to see you back on a stage, you guys.
Thank you both.
Talia's handle is scrolling across the bottom. I hope it is. Did I hit the right button?
Let's see.
Let's see what it is.
And also, please use that handle. And I've been asking people to message me, DM me if you are having any difficulties with your voting plan, or if you want to talk about your decision, if you're undecided, if you just want to vent about it. It's a very confusing, difficult time. Please message me, and I will chat with you for sure.
Yeah.
Talia, that is so sweet. And you know, there are, as we know, early voting actually opens this week here in New York City. So, or in all of the state of New York. So, and it has already started in many states, early voting. So please, I hope everyone in the US who's over 18, who is a citizen, has made a plan and is executing that plan. My personal preference for all of you is to vote early, but at least make any plan you can and do what you can so that by November 3rd, your ballot is counted.
And
Amen.
spoiler alert, we're going to tell you a little bit more about our voting plans in a very special closing number
Ooh.
inspired by our guest, Talia Suskauer, tonight. So stand by. That closing number is coming in just a few minutes. But Talia, thank you for being here. It's so nice to see you. And thank you
you.
for spending some time with us tonight.
Thank you guys so much. It's so good to see you.
Good
morning tonight.
tonight.
Cheers, Gorge. Oh my gosh.
Jackie, we made it. What an episode. I knew this was going to be a good one. I had a really good feeling about it.
It was a good one. It was a good one. And it was so good that I would say this should encourage everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Broadway-Talk Live Network, which is here.
Which is there, because there are 3 shows that happen on this network. Today is Tuesday, as you might know if you're still subscribing to Days of the Week, which means in 2 days I will be back with my buddy Dylan Bustamante. We do a Thursday happy hour called the 5:30 Quarantini. Our guest this Thursday is Broadway's Will Blum, and we're very excited to catch up with him.
And then on Monday is MT Trivia with the Metzger Timsenses, Christopher and Kevin, and that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we have Michael Campagno and Blaine Krause, both most recently from Shell.
Yeah. It's going to be great. They're very attractive, and they're both from the Cher Show. So, like, what else could you possibly want in a Monday night trivia party? And then, of course, Jackie, you and me, girl, we will be back here next Tuesday with another episode of Good Morning Tonight. As I mentioned, it's our final episode of Oztoberfest.
For now, Michael, don't cry too much. For now. For now.
Listen, when you're me, every day is Oztoberfest. But next week is our last show of Oztoberfest. We're here with Christine Dwyer, Matt DeAngelis, Julia Murney, and I'm just going to say, and more.
Ooh.
How about that? I got secrets up my sleeves, and it's going to be a good night.
Oh, well, like we said before, the most important thing you can do is watch this television program. And the second most important thing you can do is watch the closing number, where we will tell you the third most important thing that you need to be doing with your time here as we get closer and even closer to November 3rd.
Yeah, we love you all. Thanks for tuning in, and good morning tonight.
My dearest, darlingest swing state voter.
My dear fellow human with a brain, there's been some confusion about our democracy, but of course we'll try to clear that.
But of course, we'll rise above it.
For we know that's how we simply must respond. Yes, there's been some confusion, but on this we can agree
that our president is trying to gaslight us and convince us the upcoming election is rigged, and that the United States Postal Service can't be trusted, even though every shred of evidence out there points to the fact that he is wrong.
Yeah.
What is the one thing we simply must do
to protect people like me and you?
Make sure our voices are all collected.
Make clear our choices about who's elected. The power we can claim, does it have a name? Yes. Voting, non-stop, unremitting voting. Heading to the polls.
Devoting all the time
to cast your vote. To every little voice from sea to sea, you simply have to vote, it's your duty. With simple utter voting, there is such exhilaration. Shape the future of our nation. It's so pure, so strong. Though I do admit our president will probably try to tell you you should quit. We simply must be voting, me and you, our whole lives long. Dear fellow voter, please avoid delays. Go cast your vote, there's lots of ways. You can vote early in most states or mail it in. We have no bias, vote.org can check your dates.
Well, these things are sent to try us.
For years we've been forced to reside with someone so disgusted-ified. We just want to tell you we're all on your side.
We must be voting.
What is the one thing we simply must do to protect people like me and you? Make sure our voices are all collected.
To cast our votes.
Oh, what is the one
every
thing?
Little voice from sea to sea.
Does it
you
have a
to
name?
Vote. It's your duty.
Yes,
voting. There is such exhilaration.
Voting.
Shape the future of our nation.
Voting.
So pure, so strong.
So strong, though I do admit our president will probably try to tell you you should quit. We simply must be voting for forever, voting truly, deeply,
Voting blue.
voting blue.
Our whole lives long.